fam? Great risings. So, I'm trying to find the right light in here. Lighting's kind of crazy, but so today's video, I'm talking about spiritual cannibalism. Ooh, I felt that one. That's gonna be a good one. Spiritual cannibalism. So we've all heard of the phrase cannibal or cannibalism, meaning someone an entity who will consume itself in the beliefs that it gains more power, kind of like the Soul Reaper. That's on the physical plane. On the spiritual plane of cannibalism, spiritually we are cannibals. Everyone on this planet. If you're vibrating at a very low frequency, if you're vibrating at just your low chakra points, then you are, in fact, maybe a spiritual cannibal. Example: a man who robs his brother, takes his stuff, and leaves him for dead, or leaves him in a worse condition than he was prior to coming across that brother. That's cannibalism. You just ate his ambition. You just ate his will to want to do better. You just ate a portion of love that he has for his people. You just ate his mental state in terms of his neighborhood and what he can accomplish, because now people who grow up in certain environments, they latch on to certain behaviors because they were never introduced a different pattern or an alternative. And when that alternative was introduced, the environment that person was surrounded by a bunch of spiritual cannibals. On the physical plane, they may not seem like cannibals. They may seem like really, really nice people. Spiritual cannibals, however, will do things to you. They take from you in order to build themselves, and they have no intention of giving that energy back. That's a spiritual cannibal. So like I said, robbing each other, killing each other, bashing each other, that's all forms of spiritual cannibalism. Now we're trying to consume each other energetically in order to better ourselves. You don't like someone, so you talk shit behind their back to make yourself look better, in the light, and you're trying to lower their status or try to defame their reputation or make them seem like something that they're not. That is a form of spiritual cannibalism. You're trying to take the energy from that entity, right? You're trying to steal from it and leave nothing in return. So you're trying to take all of its good essence all for yourself and not give anything back. All right, so we need to expand our minds. All right, because spiritual cannibalism is taking place all over. It's taking place all over. All the fuck over. And sometimes we're duped into performing spiritual cannibalism. For instance, when these riots break out and shit like that, I'm gonna take Ferguson for instance. When the riots in Ferguson broke out, people going in, trashing stores, destroying property. Listen, people are going to express themselves how they're going to express themselves, especially when they feel like their concerns are not being heard, right? However, some of those stores were owned by, well, I can't say owned, they were being leased or borrowed by black business owners. Now, I don't support the United States, but goddamn, y'all, if we're going, if niggas is gonna riot, why destroy the shit your people own? Why not destroy the shit the oppressors own, or destroy the shit of the actual person who actually did you wrong? You know what I'm saying? But we gotta start loving each other, man. And in order to love each other, we gotta get rid of that form of spiritual cannibalism. So yes, the European diet, I'm gonna call it the European diet because that is what it is, the European diet. The European diet is based on foods that will lower our energy levels, because naturally we're sun people. You know what I'm saying? We absorb light and we reflect light. So the less amount of light we're consuming in terms of natural foods. All natural foods contain sun energy, which is another form of light. So the human diet on this planet really is light or electricity. You know what I'm saying? If we're not getting light or electricity, we're going to be dead. And that's really, in essence, what a natural or organic diet is. It's nothing but light and electricity. Fruits contain light and electricity. You know what I'm saying? Herbs contain light and electricity. The sun gives off light and electricity. Water contains light and electricity. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're not eating, if your diet isn't heavily composed of light and electricity, then yeah, you're gonna be vibing on this third dimension. Your body physically is gonna be vibing at a very, very low rate, to where you're susceptible to certain things. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be exposed to certain things. Kind of like your immune system's going to be weak. Right? Because for one, the things you're putting into your temple are weakening your temple. So now you're susceptible to certain portals being open within you. Right? By the shit that we eat. And now by the shit that we eat, we're vibing at certain levels. Now we won't be able to perceive certain things. So now our frame of thinking, it's not that we need to think outside the box. We need to think as if we know that that box was put there. It wasn't there. That box was physically put there by a man's concept, not by nature's concept. Nature, there is no box. There is no box. There is no limit. That's the whole point of evolution. If there was a cap, then there wouldn't be evolution. Evolution would not exist if there was a cap on existence. Point blank, period. So that being said, be mindful of the type of people you surround yourselves with, because they may not physically eat your ass like a cannibal, but they will spiritually eat your ass like a cannibal. They will eat your energy. They will eat your spark. They will eat your passion. They will eat your kindness. All right. You know, give a person a hand, they take a whole arm. That's just another form of physical cannibalism, but with an esoteric meaning. You know what I'm saying? So metaphysically, be careful. We got to pay attention not only to the third dimensional plane, but we also got to pay attention to those dimensions that are beyond the third. All right, because things can still be pulled down from the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, and brought down to the third. That's how creation came about. We ain't come about from the ground up. We came from up, or whatever you want to call up, whatever direction you believe it is. We came from that place, and you know what I'm saying? We fell into our flesh. So with that being said, spiritual cannibalism. Stop being a spiritual cannibal. If you have a friend who comes to you with an idea like, hey, I got an idea for this, that, and that. Don't be that motherfucking person to be like, well, you know, I don't mean to be down on you, but realistically, you know what I'm saying, that's not a great plan. I don't want to hear that shit. And you should not, if you're a creative person and you're by expression, in this time and age, you should not surround yourself with people who are going to say, well, realistically, I don't want to be realistic. Nobody should want to be realistic anymore. Realistic is boring. Realistic is not satisfying. Realistic does not get the job done. You got to be unfucking realistic. You know why? Because unrealistic people do unrealistic shit. And to the untrained eye, they look like miracles. To the untrained eye, they look like things that are impossible. But I'm telling you, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. This is the age of knowing. So if you don't know, look it up. Find out for yourself. Wait, no, you don't need to believe nobody now. You don't need to depend on nobody's word. You are the word. So act like it. And think. Think. Like the creator gave you neurons and electrical signals to pass through your brain so you can process shit. Think. Exercise the God in you. The God in you is a thinker. God thinks without thinking. That is wisdom, my niggas. Wisdom. But be mindful of those spiritual cannibals, okay? Anyone who puts a downer on your parade, anyone who tries to burst your bubble, anyone who makes you feel less than what you know you are, if anyone who takes from your energy, dismiss them immediately. They are spiritual cannibals. They are spiritual cannibals. Physically, you're still there, but spiritually, they are gobbling your ass up. Get the fuck out of that environment. It does not serve you. All right? Peace.